Hey folks, welcome to the Garden Canvas. Yesterday I was doing a little bit of work. I was not prepared and ended up injuring myself while I was pruning one of my trees with a hedge trimmer. Had a little visit to the urgent care, and 3 stitches later I'm back. But I thought it would be a good opportunity just to review some things when it comes to safety in the garden. I was actually using this DeWalt trimmer here, and I was trimming this evergreen cryptomeria you can see in the background behind me here, and I was just kind of shaping it and wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. And when I brought the trimmer down, I rested it on my hand, and the blades, if you know how these things work, these little blades go back and forth like scissors, and it caught my hand. So yeah, it was kind of a scary moment, but it was a situation where I just realized I wasn't really respecting the equipment I was working with. I had not even thought about the danger of cutting myself with this equipment. And one of the first rules to not getting injured is just having a respect for what you're working with, the tools you're working with, whether it be saws, drills, this type of thing, chainsaws, or a hedge trimmer. Anything that you're working with, have a respect for that tool. If I had been more prepared yesterday, maybe I wouldn't have got injured. Maybe if I had been thinking about what that power equipment had the ability to do, I probably wouldn't have gotten hurt. So it's something I can get over, but it could have been a lot worse. My finger could have been mangled up pretty good, and it wasn't. It was a very clean cut, and the stitches should actually do the trick, and we'll just have to protect it against infection. But gardening is a great thing to do, but there are things that we can do to protect ourselves when we're out in the garden. And one of the things that we can do practically is just wear hand protection. Eye protection is very important too when you're working in the garden, particularly if you're pruning, working around trees and shrubs. You could poke yourself in the eye with a limb, and so having eye protection is also a very good thing as well. I wanted to go over a few different types of gloves that might help prevent some injuries. Certainly not a guarantee, but some things that might help you protect against injuries. This is a glove that is very common. It's one of my favorite gloves just to work basically in the garden with, whether I'm digging, protecting my hands against dirt, moisture, things like that. But this has absolutely no cut protection in this glove. Now, would I have rather had these on than my bare hand? Probably. It might would have prevented the severity of the cut, but it would not have protected my hand from being cut, because this has no resistance towards cutting at all. So this is a basic glove. A lot of you are using Atlas gloves. It's a very similar glove to those, but it's just a nylon glove, very breathable fabric, and has a coating on the palm. This one has a nitrile coating. But there are other types of gloves that you can use that will give you more protection. A leather glove is pretty common working in the garden. So you can use these. This will provide a little bit of protection, but again, it's not rated for cut resistance. But again, I would rather have these on than what I had on, which was nothing, when I cut my hand with my hedge trimmer. But there are other gloves that have cut resistance, and this one right here has a cut level. This is ANSI 4 cut level, which is the ANSI ratings go from cut level 1 through 6, and they actually can go higher than that. But in general, that's about what you're typically going to find is a cut level 1 through 6. Minor cutting versus heavier equipment, or more severe potential risk. And the higher you go from ANSI 1 through 6, the higher the number, the more cut resistance you're getting. This one's a cut level 4. It's going to be a little bit more stiff than the previous glove I just showed you guys, but this will provide some protection. This one is a leather glove with cut resistance, and I'm not sure what the ANSI rating on this is because the label has worn off, but it might say it on the tag here. This one has a Velcro wrist strap, and so it may give the ANSI rating on the tag, and I don't see it. So anyway, this one is an impact glove too. It also gives protection to the knuckles and fingers, has rubber padding on the top of the hand as well as the fingers, so that gives impact protection. So if you're using any kind of hammers or tools that have impact, this can protect the hand on top as well. And then this one is an ANSI 6, which is a much higher cut level resistance. And honestly, if I'd had one of these on, I probably wouldn't have cut my finger. Might have bruised it, might have pinched it, but it may not have cut my finger with a glove like this on. So anyway, that's just a couple of things I wanted to go over. Whether you're using garden knives, any type of cutting tool, saws, pruning shears, or pruning saws, even handheld saws, you can protect yourself using good common sense, just respecting the equipment you're working with, being careful, and wearing protection on your hands and in your eyes. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. Just a little conversation I wanted to have, using me as an example here. So hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like the video, and click the bell for notifications. Thanks a lot. We'll see you later.